In three, two, one. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34, and tonight we have Lil Gizzle in the building. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm saying good.
Good Monday. Good Monday.
Yeah, good Monday. Good Monday. Have a little break, fall break from school. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still in school.
I got
You
you.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All good.
For sure.
Going good. Yeah.
Glad to hear, man. For you and any of the folks out there who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, just gonna break it down real quick. We'll jump into a warm up. After the warm up, we'll do a little icebreaker. Then we'll turn to the wheel of fate, where we'll spin the wheel, whichever number it lands on. That's how the conversation will flow. And then after all that, we'll finish out with some closeout questions. Sound good to you, Lil Gizzle?
Sure does. Sure good. Yeah.
I got you, man. All right. Well, my first question for you in the warm up is, how you been? You've been doing well. You've been doing great. As far as like maybe in the past, I don't know, couple months, how you been doing, man?
Yeah, I'm in all right, man. Like trying to keep my head up because like a lot of stuff been going on. You know, you just gotta keep moving forward and not let stuff like tear you down or like put you down. Because this music, like with me just recording in general, it's been, keeping me going. And my family and friends been keeping me going. A lot of people keep me going. So, I've been doing good other than that stuff.
For sure. What's it called? Yeah, well, let's start there a little bit. Like, tell me about your art, your music, man. Let me ask you, how long you been doing it for?
I've been doing music for like 3 years, seriously, since 2020. But I was making beats like back in 2018, 2019. Like I wasn't even trying to rap. Like I feel like my dad influenced me to rap because he would always turn on the radio. Like I grew up listening to Drake and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And I used to love to just like jam the Drake. Like shout out to Drake. But I always just listen to Drake growing up. Like he had the CD and the Jaguar. We would just listen to that one song. It would be like Pound Cake. Have you ever heard like Pound Cake?
I have.
Yeah, Pound Cake with Jay-Z.
That's your top. That's your top
Yeah,
Drake
yeah.
song. That's your top Drake
Yeah, it's
song.
probably one of my tops right now. One of my tops. Yeah, but
how'd you like that new album that just came out?
For All the Dogs.
Yeah.
I listened to the whole thing. It was smooth. You know what I'm saying? It was smooth.
For sure.
I feel like good. Yeet came on there. Oh yeah, Yeet came on there. He had some pretty good songs on there.
Sure.
It was leaked. It was leaked. I heard one song. It was leaked on there.
Yeah.
I can't think of it on top of my head right now. But it was one song that was leaked on there. It was pretty good. It was one of my tops. And Daylight. I like that song Daylight.
Okay.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Now it's funny, man. Like I'm an old head. So like a lot of old heads, they have their own opinions about Drake. I was a huge fan coming up with his mixtape days and everything. I do respect the hustle. I know he's a businessman.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I do hear so a part of me wants to go back to like old Drake. How they say there's old Kanye and new Kanye. It's similar things. Like I always seem to gravitate towards like artists and musicians that are just coming up, right? And like it's their first album or the first mixtape. That's the kind of music I look forward to. So I mean, you're right there in the realm, man. But we'll get to more about what's it called, your music in a little bit. My next question for you is, it's not popping up. Anyways, my next question for you is, what would you like the audience to know about you? If you're meeting people for the first time, what's like the first few things you want them to know about you?
I want them to know, like, if you listen to my music, like, it'll inspire you. Like, it'll give you, like, different types of emotion, like sad, happy, all that. I like to let the fans know and let people know that there's some, like, positivity in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some positive things in the world. I make music for, like, the people, like, just, like, to make people feel good, to make people, like, understand my story, because I'll be telling a lot in my songs. Like I'll tell something about my uncle that passed away 2 years ago. Shout out to Carl and my auntie Edna. Shout out to her. Passed away 2 years ago. I got you.
Yes,
sir.
what would you say is like, if you can, and if you don't, we can come back to it later on at the end, but what's like in your mind, your best bars, you know, like
best bars
that just could come to mind. If you got to think about it, it's okay. We can come back to it later, but just wanted to see if you had one.
I really, I used to write a lot. Like I used to write a lot, but now I just get off the dome. Like I can't really think of a bar right now.
I got you.
But cause I spit a lot, you know, and like sometimes I'll throw in a bar like I didn't even know what was fire for real. So like I said a lot of bars.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot to the point where you can't even like think of like which one's your favorite. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I hear you. So when you go in the studio now, it's just off the dome, or like you even write still, or you just go in there and do your thing?
It's just like it's off the dome, but sometimes I'll think of something, right? And then whatever comes to my mind, it's like when I hear the beat, it's like how I'm feeling with the beat, and I just flow along with it, and you know, just go from there.
For sure. I got you, man. My third question for you in the warm-up is, if I were to do something in your honor, right, a way that to express the energy that you got, what sort of act could I do?
Sort of act you could do is like be loyal, know what I'm saying? Because loyalty is, if you ain't got loyalty, it's like I feel like love is more like, you know, like loyalty is more than love a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. Like you can say you love somebody all day, and you can say that all day, but it's like the loyalty that comes with it. Like if this man in the room, like one of your friends in the room, and you not there, and like these other people in the room talking bad on them, and your friend in there, is your friend gonna defend them? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think I've heard it broken down like that before, but now it just makes me think about, like, you know, a lot of people say, you know, the I love you to people, right? But then a lot of the times you really can't tell if it's real or not. And you hardly ever hear someone say like I'm loyal to you, or you know, like I'm something like that in a sense. So yeah, that's a trip, man. That's interesting. But so for you, it would say, you know, just show your loyalty. Like that's the act you could do.
Yeah, show your loyalty, man.
Okay.
You know.
I got you, man. And then my last question for you in the warm up is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
I'm still growing up, because I'm like 16 right now. I'm still growing up. Still got little things to figure out. But like I know I'll give myself a little like 8 or 9. I'm not gonna give myself a 10, because like I said, I'm still growing up, still trying to figure out things. Still gotta you know, experience things, because you know,
what's it called? What would you say is your favorite thing about your personality?
My favorite thing about my personality is that I'm always just like there for people. Like when someone actually needs me, I'm always there. Like I'm always good at giving advice to people, my friends, you know. And then even like some grown people, like I'll give like advice on grown people. It's like, it's funny, but it's crazy, because like, you know, it's just what comes with me. Like when one of my friends needs some advice about like just about anything, I'll tell them the truth. Like some people don't like hearing the truth, but you gotta like give them the truth sometimes. So like, because some people gonna want to hear some, like, they don't want to hear what they want to hear. I'm gonna give you what you need to hear. That's the thing. I'm gonna give you what you need to hear. So
that's an important quality, man. I hope you you know, continue to keep that. And it's almost like for you to be that kind of person. I did not grow up to be that person, dog. I was very like, I was a guy telling people what they wanted to hear. And it's been a very bad habit to break, I guess, as I gotten older. Like now, even as an adult, I'm just like, yo, like, how can I say something without hurting somebody's feelings? Even though maybe the truth is going to be better regardless. Like, it's not about their feelings. It's about what they need to hear, right? So, yeah, man, that's something I'm working on. So I might have to ask you for advice. Oh, yeah, let me ask you right now. So for you, when you tell the truth to people, like, Is there even any thought about it, or it's just like, nah, I'm just gonna say it? Like, yeah, how does that go for you?
Like, I'll think about it. Like, that's a good question you asked, because I'll think about it. Like, I'm not the type of person that really want to hurt somebody's feelings, but when it's like, you know, they really need to hear this, because if they don't hear it now, they're gonna experience it, and it's gonna affect them later in the long run, you know? So I'll just tell them, hey, what you're doing, you need to chill out, or what you're doing, you need to stop this, stop that. So I'll give it a little thought, but if it's like in the moment they keep doing something and I peep it, like they keep doing it, like, I'll tell them, hey, you gotta stop doing what you're doing.
I got you. Yeah. I mean, I think that's still a hard thing to do, but I'm gonna keep that in mind. I think the key thing I got from you right there was like, think about the long run, and like how that affects somebody if you don't give them the truth right away. So yeah, man, I appreciate that. Right on.
Almost there.
All right, dog. So we're gonna move on to the icebreaker. Let me see if my graphic works for this, but nah. There we go. Icebreaker. Let me pull up the countdown. So pretty much you have 34 seconds to do this icebreaker. Let me ask you real quick, would you rather do a this or that, or word association, where I give you one word and you give me the first thing that pops up into your mind?
Okay.
Now the second one or the first one? The first one was a this or that. So like I would say rainy day or sunny day, and then you choose one or the other. And then for the word association, I give you a word like happiness, and then the first thing that comes to mind. So it's either or. Which one would you go?
Okay. No doubt.
All right, dog. So I'm gonna go with this or that. All right. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Night or morning?
Night.
Underestimated or overestimated?
Overestimated.
Show or tell?
Tell.
Growth or security?
Security.
Sort by price or sort by rating?
Sort by price.
See the future or change the past?
Oh yeah. See the future.
Group hangout or one-on-one hangout?
Oh, group.
Okay, for sure. So now we're gonna touch on a couple of your answers right there. You said see the future or change the past. You said see the future, right? Is that correct? Well, why'd you choose see the future?
See the future because you can't even like change the past. Like, just gotta move on forward. You can plan your future out if you really think about it. Like if you wanna achieve something, you keep doing it. Like it'll just come up like in the future. Like maybe like, you know what I'm saying, this podcast or this interview could like touch like a meal. That's just how I see it. Like I think about like a millionaire sometime,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the vision, you got some
Yeah,
big
the vision, yeah.
What's it called? And then the other one was night or morning, and you said night. Why'd you gravitate towards the night?
Because I love being out at night. I am a morning person sometimes, but nighttime you can really just vibe for real. Like it's just like me just walking with like a girl you love, know what I'm saying? Like a little boo thing you love. Like you can just, it's like a really like a good vibe at nighttime. A good vibe.
I got you. And then the last thing I said, or you said, I asked you show or tell, and you said tell. Oh, why'd you think of tell first?
Because like you can just express it. Like with show, you can't like really like, it's not really communicative. Like you're just like, say like I'm just like finna show like there's like box of like candy or something. You can't like tell, like explain, oh, why'd you do this, why'd you do that, like no. Yeah.
No, I got you. That's funny because I am more of a show person. I don't like really saying much. And I know my girl gets pissed at that, you know. Like you said, it's not really communicating if you're just showing all the time, right? You gotta say something. And it just can't be like yeah, it's good. Gotta be more than that. But I hear you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we made it to the main part of the interview now, where I'm gonna pull up the wheel. We're gonna spin it, and whichever number it lands on, that's how we'll kind of flow with it. Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna spin it. I know what number it lands on. You can kind of see it on the screen, but we'll just rock with it. Here we go. So your first number looks like it's 24. And what's it called? So just a reminder, if questions are too deep, something you don't want to answer, feel free to pass, and I'll get you another one. All right?
Yes.
So this one is 24. What do you always make time for? Like, you know, even if on your busiest days, you're gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna make time for this.
I always try to make time for like doing music. Like if I'm not like busy, I'm always trying to make time to do music. Cause sometimes I'll be having a little bit of stuff in my hands, like if it's just like school or this or that. And then another thing, I like making time for like, excuse me, I like making time for like other people too, you know, if it's like just, you know, hanging out or something. But always, it's those top two, music and people.
I got you. And then earlier you had talked about how you were first producing, but then got into writing. Like, how did that transition happen for you?
It's the funny thing, it happened so like randomly though, cause like I never really thought I could be a rapper. Like I never knew I was gonna be a rapper for real. Like I was just, you know, I was making beats and then I was just listening and like Lil Pump because I'll be like, dang, this is doing fire. And then I would just try to rap, you know, tried and then it actually got better. Cause like back in 2021, that's when I started to really like hit with music. I started to get better with music. Like when I hit freshman year, that's when I really started to get better with it. So yeah.
When have you performed yet? Like,
no, I really want to perform. Like I never got a chance to perform yet. That's one of my dreams, like trying to perform. Like if it's just like on the radar or like at a live performance, like Rolling Loud, like yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be the big dream, right? Like you got the vision.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you gotta start small, man. Like I don't know if you have opportunities like that at your school where you can kind of like do some.
You know what's funny though? Like it was this music thing. Like you could perform like music. I didn't like take the chance to do it because it was too late. But I saw one of my friends. Her name is Kimberly. We made a couple songs together actually.
For sure.
We made a couple songs together actually, and she performed. And I was like, dang, that kind of like inspired me because like, when if I could do that at my school? Like if they have that thing again, I could perform. So one day if they have that, I'm gonna try to perform. You know?
No, yeah, most definitely take advantage of every opportunity that comes up. I don't know if you got a crew at school that kind of already are into the music thing. I don't know if y'all can do like Freestyle Fridays or something, just so like that can just start generating, you know, a habit, and like you guys are just gonna, you know, messing around, rapping to each other. But anything you can do as far as like keeping the music going on a daily basis, you know, I suggest you do it, especially while you're young, man, because as soon as you get older, like you don't got enough time to do music at that point. But,
yeah.
But for sure, what's it called? And you know X-Rated, right? Or nah? Am I tripping? Or
no, I don't know X-Rated.
Damn, for some reason I thought he was another rapper, and I thought he sent me your like Instagram or something. I'm tripping then. My bad.
Hey, good.
Let's go with another spin then. Here we go. We got number 19, and that question is, what is your controversial opinion? Like something that like, you know, I don't want you to get canceled, but something that you feel like a lot of people would just argue to you about. Like, it don't got to be anything super serious. It could be as simple as like when people be like, you put the cereal or the milk first when you make a bowl.
That's something that gets on my nerves. I'm glad you said it, 'cause I hate that. I literally hate it. Like, I literally, like, I don't know why people put milk before the cereal. Like, if I know I'm going downstairs to get this cereal, I'm finna pour that cereal in, bro. Like, it's so aggravating. Like, I hate that. I literally hate it. And I heard people do that. Like, it's so, like, stupid. Like, it just gets on my nerves. Like,
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I think everybody lying, man. I've never met one person in my life that put the milk before the cereal. So I think people are just trying to piss us off sometimes. But yeah, in that realm, like, what would you say you got something where you feel like people would just argue with you about?
Man, I can't really think of that on the top of my head.
It's good.
For
It's
real.
good.
But that milk and cereal thing, I feel like people would try to argue about, you know, because like, yeah.
Let me get you a different question for number 19 then. But this one is, if you could get one answer from the universe, what would you ask it?
Why? I would ask the universe. I would ask them, why are people the way they are? You know?
In what sense?
Like,
in what sense? Yeah.
In what sense is like judging other people? Like, people are so quick to judge people before actually getting to know them. Like, say like this person like bisexual, say this person gay, like, you know, like, you quit to just like say something without actually getting to know the person. That person might actually be nice for real, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, my mom raised me better than that. I'll never be that type of person to like judge a person before I actually get to know them. That's why I try to be nice to everybody, you know, that comes around me, comes in my circle, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
What's it called? Has that ever happened to you though? Like, did you ever have to learn that lesson the hard way, where you made an assumption, where you judged somebody and it's like, damn, I was completely wrong about that?
And like, not really though, but like,
that's good.
Sometimes I'll look at somebody and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I already know what they are, so like, we really gonna have to, I know what I'm saying? Like, I really won't have to think too deep about it. Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you, the reverse way, where someone judged you and you were like, yo, like, I don't know where that coming from, but this is who I am, and you kind of had to like let them get to know you more?
Sometimes, but not really though. Like, cause I'm really just a chill person. It takes, like, people know that I'm really just chill. Like, and they'll try to like get me in my mood, but you know, I'll really just be chill. Chill out.
You think your chillness comes from your folks, or does it come from like just the environment you grew up in?
Yeah, just like really both really, cause like I grew up in like a chill environment. I grew up around a lot of women, cause like you know, I grew up around a lot of women, so like I'd be chilling for real. It comes with just the environment and the people I really grew up with, so you know.
Yeah. And are you able to think of like maybe one quality that you picked up from your moms and one quality you picked up from your pops?
One quality I picked up from my pops is like hard working. Like, you gotta keep going even though you want to quit. And then what I picked up from my mom is like being respectful. Respectfulness comes a long way, like with a female, like, you know, cause when I really love this a person, like a female, like I'll just go out the way, like I'll buy stuff for a female. Like I literally done that before. I'll buy something, do all that, like saying yes, no, sir, all that. You know, respect, and that like hope everyone hears this. Respect comes a real long way. You know.
I hear that, man. And it does. You know, even as you get older, man, you're gonna realize that not everybody has that, or everybody's thinking about respecting each other. So it stands out when you do carry yourself in that way. So hopefully, you know, that for you, it just brings more positivity in your life as you get older.
Yeah.
Talking about relationships a little bit. So let me ask you, what would you say is the most important thing in like to have a romantic relationship with someone?
I feel like you have to have trust, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
trust and communicating. But you gotta comprehend the communication. Like you can communicate all day. Like you communicate like everything. But if you ain't really comprehending it, like you ain't really understanding it, then you just gonna keep like angering your partner, hurting your partner, like
Yeah.
because really like I've been in like a relationship, a real long relationship where like I don't really want to get too deep into it, but I'm saying like we didn't really like comprehend communication like that. So like,
Yeah. No, I got you. And it's one of those things, man. You experience that at a certain age. So as you get older, you're able to learn those or take those lessons into your, next relationships and whatnot, and just be a better
yeah.
partner in that way. You feel me? Uh, well, I got you, dog. Here we go with another spin. We got time, so we'll go through some questions today for sure. We got number 27, and let's see. Oops. 27. If you had the money, what business would you start?
What business would I start? Like I would want to start a business, but I feel like I would start like a music business. Like I don't know where to really like begin at, but I would want to start like a music business, you know?
Like a label? You'd want to start
Yeah,
your own
like a
label?
little label, cause I already got like got my label like Lil Gizzle Entertainment. Like I already put my as my label, but like I want to like bring other artists out, sign them, put them on my label, cause everybody, there's real talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's more better talent than me,
I
So I
got you.
will just want to collect some people, like it was singers, you know, rappers, anything,
What
and put
would
them
you
on like
what would you be looking for if you're gonna like, oh, that's a singer I want to sign? Like what would make that singer stand out to you?
singing out, stand out. It's like the voice or
Mm.
like the energy that I would want on my label, the energy and the voice I want on my label. Like if you sound good, if you have the good energy, yeah.
Are there two artists that you have in mind that you wish would work together or make a song together, but just haven't yet?
I feel like YB and Italy Chopper need to make a song, but like with all this beef they got going on, I don't know if they really beef.
I hear
You
you.
know,
Yeah, we don't know
I
if
don't
it's
really know if
it's
they
true or not.
like. I don't know if you heard about like the Italy and YB beef, but it's just I feel like if rappers were never beefing, music would be so much better today. Like with New York drill and like you know all that other stuff. I feel like rappers would never like beef. Music would be so much like better. Like music is already good, but music would be more twice as better
Oh,
as it
yeah.
already is.
Dude, I feel like I would have to totally agree with you. I am an old person, so like the people I think about for sure, and they never really made a song together. It's Tupac and Biggie, right? Like they
Yeah,
died over beef, and now it's like, damn, if we could have just got them on a song together, maybe that would have been wild. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so I hear that, man. I hear that. And I wanted to ask you about your name. Like, how did you come up with it? Did you have any names that you workshop before Lil Gizzle? But yeah, where did that come from? How did that get inspired for that?
My name, Lil Gizzle, it came up from my barber that passed away in January of this year. R.P.
Damn.
Brent, but he used to call me that every time like I was little, like he would always say Jizzle, Jizzle, and that would just stick in my head. Like, dang, I could come up with something like that. But my first name before Lil Jizzle, it was T Jizzle, and my older brother Victor, he still call me that sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, hey, it's not T Jizzle no more, it's Lil Jizzle. So, like, he just used to call me that because of what people would call me back in the day. And yeah,
I got you. I was gonna say, like, what projects you got coming up right now? if any?
I recently dropped an EP called A Time of Era. Y'all go check that out. SoundCloud, Audio Mac. 3 songs. Has a song. The first one is called Disrespect. Second, I don't know. And then the third is Swerving. You know, it's a little underground EP. It has like a Summers type sound. Slump 6S. Shout out to Slump 6S. He's one of my favorite artists in underground. But I want to go for that type of sound, a Summers type of sound on the EP. You know?
I feel good music. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's it called? I was gonna say, I forgot. But we'll get back to it. Let's go give the wheel another spin real quick. All right, this time you at number 12, and number 12 is, it's kind of similar to the what would you ask the universe type thing, but this is more about our society. And what do you think society needs to fix first if we had to prioritize our issues?
I feel like society needs to fix racism, because I feel like with Martin Luther King, what he said way back in the day, racism is still going on. 3 years ago with George Floyd, dying really tragically, and that was really tragically.
Yeah.
But society needs to work on racism. It's getting way worse. People joke about it, and me as a black person,
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a real, I don't know, man. I feel like racism, it kind of goes with the judgment thing you were talking about earlier. Why do people judge? And dude, I don't know, you probably haven't had these conversations a lot yet with your peers and teachers, but it's just a forever thing. It's been going on, before MLK and thousands of years in other places and stuff. And I don't know, man.
Yeah.
In my mind, it almost feels impossible, right? So in your mind, what would be your first step, or what would you want us to do to try to I guess help fight racism?
I mean, you could fight all day. This is just me though. You could fight all day, but it's still gonna keep going and going and going. And I feel like it'll keep getting worse, but at the same time, it'll kind of die down a little bit. But you could fight all day. You could protest. You could do this, all that. But I feel like it'll still get worse a little bit. But at the same time, it'll die down a little bit. So.
No, I got you. And honestly, it might be one of those things where let's say we solve, I don't know how it's going to look like, but let's say racism is solved and everyone's cool. I feel like people are just going to find other things to kind of try to differentiate or try to hate on each other. It's not the color of the skin no more. It's I don't know, color of your hair. It's
yeah,
oh, damn, so yeah, I think you're right. There's always going to be something that's going to take some time. I got you. Here we go with another spin. Got 33 this time, and that is, when was the last time you were humbled? Where maybe you was thinking you had so much confidence, and then something happened where you had to be oh shit, I had to, actually I'm not.
I really overhype myself way too much, but I feel like I'm kind of humble already, because I'll never be the type of person to say I never like to be the type of person that says, oh, I'm better than this person, I'm better than that, especially as an artist in Jessup, because Jessup is a really small city with some artists too. There's artists that more talented than me. But now, me dropping back to back, I feel like I've been more consistent and stuff, But at a time with me being humbled, I really don't know. But I'll never you know what I'm saying?
No, I got you. I was gonna say, what's the hometown? I heard you drop it or not?
Oh, Jessup.
Jessup. Where's that at?
It's in Georgia.
Oh snap! I got you. Damn, even more appreciation for you than I know. It's a little later on that side of the country, but
yeah,
I got you. What's it called? Oh, what's it like growing up out there, man? Have you like lived there throughout your whole life, or did you move out there?
I lived in Jessup my whole life. Like there's it's part like Garda, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a country part. And
Yeah.
I lived there with my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up in that house ever since I was 13. That's when I started making music. I started making music in the house. I was 13, and then I'll stay with my auntie on the hill, you know, on hillside of Jessup, and was doing beats and stuff there, and making music there. But oh yeah, I grew up in Garda with my mama and my family and stuff. And yeah, in Jessup is pretty nice. It's small. Like it's a lot of hate in the city though. Like I received like growing up doing this music stuff, I got a lot of hate for it. Like I got a lot of hate if it was auto tune and just being me, cause like people like real deal jealous of me. Like I'm just going and saying they were like real deal jealous of me, cause like what I was doing, like the talent I had and stuff, and the talent I still have today. Like, you know, but it's like a real small city, you know. Everybody know everybody, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what's I was gonna say, like, once I mean, I think there's some value into getting hate, right? Like as a youngin, because you're learning how to deal with it. You're learning how to prove the haters wrong too. And
Yeah.
if you can do that in a small town, you can do that as you go visit other towns and do everything else. But I got you. I live in the city, man. I live on the West Coast here in California, in a pretty big city. So I never really got that small town feel. Sometimes I'll be thinking, like, it could have been better for me. But how do you feel? You feel like it's good to come from a small town, try to make it big? It's probably would have been better to be in a bigger spot right off the bat.
Yeah, it's good from a small town because I don't know if you heard this singer before. Tasha Cobbs, like she's like a Christian singer. She came from this town. Like she literally, you know, she made it out the city with
Mm-hmm.
making church music and all that. You know, I feel like it's good to small for a small town, like a small town, you know, because like I said, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's gonna listen to your music and stuff, show love or show hate. It don't really matter. Like everybody just knows everybody, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, and even if they're hating, they're still giving you their attention, giving you their time. So there's still some positives out of that too.
Yeah.
But we all wish it could be like good things all the time. What would you say if, and you don't have to answer this if you don't feel like it, but like when you talk about getting hate from folks, like what would you say is probably like the worst thing they either said or did, like for you to feel like, damn, y'all really hating on me right now?
One person told me to quit. One person told me to quit.
In your face,
You know?
like in person?
Yeah, like right in my face, like in person, they told me to quit. Or like when I was working, like they played one of my music videos and stuff, was laughing at me, you know? And I never really let it stop me. Like I wanted to quit so bad, but like I just never let the hate stop me. It just made me keep going and keep going, and God told me to keep going. You know, shout out to God. But yeah,
For sure, man. Nah, and a lot of times if a person was like doing that much to be hating on you, in my mind it's always because like they wish they could do that. They wish they had a music video. They wish they they had a song out, but they just don't got it, so they gotta like pick on you for it.
exactly. Because that's was the same thing my dad told me. Like when I told him like people were hating on my music video, he was like, son, they just mad because they ain't got no music video. Da da da. Yeah.
Dude, because honestly, it's probably like if that dude wasn't hating on you, I think the worst thing for most artists or most people is like if they don't say nothing at all or they don't even watch it. It's like, damn, you took some time, you put your heart into something, and for someone to hate, like I said, they giving you some time, they giving you attention. For people to just be like, like whatever, or like that's cool, and not really pay attention or really listen to your lyrics.
Yeah.
I think that's more hurtful, than it is when someone hates on you. But yeah, man. You gotta share that music video at the end of this podcast, man, just so I could see it.
Most definitely.
Shoot me the link. Let's go for another spin, man. We got number 8. And number 8 for you is, let's see, what does it mean to be balanced? Like, so, you know, for you, what do you like to balance your life with? Go ahead.
Like I have to try to balance my life with school and music because my mom always tell me this like focus with school and stuff. And like with this music, like I'll get so caught up in school to the point where I forget to like I gotta kind of try to stay consistent with music, you know.
Mm,
And it's kind of like it's kind of a little struggle to balance music and school out. But if anybody can, like, you know, do it. Especially if you're an artist going up or trying to come up.
I got you. And you know, I don't want to put this on you, but I do want to ask if it wasn't music, well, what else would it be? Like, what other thing kind of catches your eye or lights that fire in you that you'd want to do?
You know, other than music, like I'm in ROTC, so like the
Mm,
army, I was kind of thinking about the army, like
mhm.
going to Full Sail University, you know,
Yeah.
to do design and all that. Because Full Sail University is all the way in Winter Park, you know,
Mhm.
they got music stuff, video game stuff, you know.
For sure, for sure. And yeah, I mean, and just because you go down that route doesn't mean you got to stop making music too, you know.
Yeah,
It's all about like where life takes you sometimes, about your life experiences or you know what things come up for you. But just know if music is a thing, like my first dream, man, was to be a rapper, and I got some songs out there.
oh
And
really?
it's out there, man. That was my first, like at 12 years old. I was like, yo, I wanna, and I'm more of a writer than a freestyler, so I just had my notebooks, just wrote. And I chased that dream, dog, until I was 27. So from 12 to 27, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna be on stage. I'm gonna do this. And then when I was 27, right, my dad was like, so you're not a famous rapper, what you gonna do with your life? And I'm all like, you right. So you know, I had to switch lanes and like really reflect on myself, right? And you know,
Yeah,
there's a lot to be said about that. Like I think there's a reason why you don't see too many mainstream Asian rappers out there. Even though they're out there, they're underground and
yeah,
they're doing their thing. But like, you know, mainstream America, I don't think is ready for that just yet. um,
yeah.
but yeah, so like for yourself too, man. Like that's why I'm asking, what else would light your passion? Because let's say you're 20, you turn 27, and your pops ask you the same question, right? It's like, so what you gonna do?
Like probably, you know, if it was just the army, college, all that, I always think about like being a streamer for like Speed or like Kai and that, cause like Kai and Speed, shout out to them. Like they
mhm.
one of my favorite streamers, so you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like that all kind of aligns though, right? Like, you know, for me to chase my dream as a rapper, and then like afterwards, thinking about the other things, like being in front of a microphone right now and like talking to people, that was something I was very passionate about. But I wouldn't have learned all those skills or like use those tools to be able to do this now if I hadn't tried. So like, I don't know what skills you're gonna pick up on your journey, but I'm sure it's gonna just continue to build or like add tools as you know grow up pretty much. But yeah, what's it called? Let me give you another spin, dog. Number 9 this time. And is there anything that you wish you could unlearn? Like something that like that you learned, but then it just wasn't serving you. It wasn't making your life better. It kind of made your life worse maybe. But yeah, is there anything you wish you could unlearn?
Not really necessarily, cause I feel like if you learn things, it's like important, you know. Like you
Mm,
learn these things, like it's like you know, you learned it for a reason. So I don't really think about unlearning a lot of things, you know. I feel like when I learn things, it's something that God told me that I needed to do. Like, you know,
I got you, man. You kind of spoke about God a couple times. What would you say is like your relationship with God? Is it good? Is it something you're working on, or yeah, how do you feel about it?
I'm really trying to like get close with him because I go to church a lot. I really go to church a lot. And I'm really trying to get close with God. Like, you know, I'm grateful for everything that He's given me. You know, blessed me with so far as being an artist, rapper. You know, but yeah, I'm trying to get closer to God as I am right now. You know,
I got you.
I feel like people should try to build their relationship with Him and build a connection with Him, because God is a great person, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of artists don't really talk about that as much. I feel like some artists don't really talk about it as much. So yeah.
Nah, for sure. And I think there's an audience for like gospel rap, right? I don't know if do you know any artists that are gospel rappers, or you know, or not really, because it's so hard. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not. I don't know any gospel rappers, but I heard Kurt Franklin. Yeah,
He's the big one, man.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I like Kurt Franklin. Yeah,
for sure. And then what was that other question? I had another one, but I missed it. Let's give the wheel a couple more spins, man. We got about 15 minutes left in the pod. Just want to thank you again for stopping by, dude. And I hope you having fun. I hope, you know, when you watch this video 5 years from now, you're gonna be like, damn, I had that podcast with that dude from California. But but yeah, here we go with ooh, you doubled up. You got 24 again. But I'm gonna give you just this random one right here. Is there anything that you supported early? Like, it could be an artist, it could be an app, it could be a website or whatever, but like something you supported early that just blew up and you're like, damn, I was there from day one. I was there when like nobody was listening, nobody was using this app, whatnot.
Dang, like, shout out my boy Fendi. Like, we really like, you know, he like one of the persons I really like started to do rap with, you know. And when I saw him like 2021, he started blowing up on TikTok. I was like, dang, he's blowing up on TikTok. He got like 1 million views, like thousands of likes, comments. I was like, dang, my dude really blowing up all this. Like, I might have to try it, because like I used to be on the phone with bro, and you know, be on the phone with bro, kick back with him, make music, you know, before he really blew up on TikTok, because he was trying to blow up on music too, the same way I'm trying to do it, you know. But yeah, shout out to him.
Is it still music on TikTok, or is it more like, you know, comedy or...
He made like motivational quotes and stuff like that. He like made like motivational quotes.
That's what's up.
I feel like a lot of people should try to do that, you know, do motivational quotes and all that. I really love his motivational quotes. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, like how's your social media game? You strong on TikTok? You strong on any sites, or is it still like... I'm having a hard time, man. Like my podcast ain't like that, but I hope one day it will be. I'm trying to figure that part out too. But yeah,
most definitely, because I feel like a lot of people should watch 34 Questions, you know. But with my social media, like with IG, it's really like friends and stuff. But I got like 1K on there. And then like with Snapchat, I got like, you know, my friends on there too and stuff like that. But with SoundCloud, like I work with this artist named Lil Deuce. Shout out Lil Deuce. Work with him, songs start blowing up. You know, I'm reaching hundreds and hundreds of plays. Like I almost got 1K on Letter to My Older Brother. Shout out to Victor. You know.
I got you.
Yeah, music has been going up for real.
Out of all the sites, what do you think? Which one do you think is the most important for an artist, or like a music artist specifically?
IG, most definitely, cause you know IG and TikTok. Cause Young Chris, do you know who Young Chris is?
I don't think I do, man. I don't know who is he.
He's like a little underground rapper, you know.
For sure.
He made songs with Baby Santana, all that stuff. But they call him Tana now. But yeah, I feel like TikTok is good for artists, because a lot of BandLab artists actually go to TikTok to promote their music. Because I listened to this one dude that was on TikTok, and he actually made a song that was so fire. And it was like, I can't really remember the song, but it was so fire. I'm like, yeah, BandLab artists are really blowing up all this, you know?
Yeah, man. I don't know how you can do it. I'm sure there's gonna be like a tutorial out there on the internet, but like how to get your music onto a TikTok so people can just put it in their reels or their shorts. That's what they call them on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one way to like pop off, because like once people see that video, I see it all the time, like, oh, what song is this, like which artist, and you know, if that video got 1 million views, then you know, I feel like your audience just grows substantially, you feel me? Yeah. What's it called, man? All right, we almost made it to the closeout questions, dog, but before we do that, I want you to try out this one exercise, right? It's called the 34th mantra. All right. So this phrase right here, the I am, I can, I will. So for you, I am blank, I can blank, I will blank. How would you fill in those phrases? Take a second. Whenever you're ready, feel free to say it.
For I feel like I am the best because, like, you know, with consistency and just not giving up, I feel like I am. And then for I can, I can, you know, blow with this music, you know, keep doing what I'm doing, grind it, you know, stay to the top, you know, try to reach to the top, you know.
For sure.
And then I will, you know, reach a level where I want to reach, because I'm still at a level where I'm not really as good as I want to be right now. But if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get there one day.
Show, dog. And now if you ever need an audio reminder, you want to use a clip for a future song, you got yourself right there telling you who you are, what you can do, and what you will do someday.
Most definitely.
What's it called? Yeah. Stuck on this warm up. There we go. Oh my God. So we all make mistakes, man. Still figuring out my stuff. All right. And we made it to the closeout portion of the podcast, Lil Gizzle. And this is where I give you a question from my previous guest. So shout out to EJ. But EJ's question for you is, what makes you feel alive? Or like, you know, gets your juices flowing, right? Like you in the state of mind that everything is just going right.
You know, music makes me feel alive, because without music, man, like the world would just be so dead, you know? But I feel like music makes everybody alive with just like the feeling it gives, and like, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Now, what's that song, I guess your go-to song to make you like, you know, get in that mood?
The new Ken Carson album, A Great Chaos. I don't know if you heard of Ken Carson or not.
I haven't, but you said King Carson. What song was it?
It's called Jennifer's Body. Yeah, okay. I really like that song. Yeah, Jennifer's Body.
By
really
King
good
Carson.
Song. Yeah, Ken Carson. You should go check out A Great Chaos under this podcast. You know, Ken Carson. Check out his music. Pretty good. Shout out Ken Carson. One of my favorite artists for real though.
King Carson, I got you, man. I'm gonna check that out for sure. And then my second to last question for you is, what would you like to ask the next guest that comes on to 34 Questions?
The next question I like to ask, what makes you happy the most?
What makes you happy the most? I'm just writing it down. Man, so I like to answer these last questions too, but for me, what makes me happy the most, I don't know if this has happened to you just yet, because you know you're still youngin', but when you plan something and you see it go through the way you imagined it, like you talking about this vision you got for yourself, Like imagine how that would feel when you see it through and it actually happens, and you're like, it happened exactly the way I saw it happening, right?
Yeah.
I think that definitely for me, it hasn't happened too many times, but when it has, definitely makes me think about like, damn, it's it's I don't know if like I've talked about being validated before, but yeah, I guess for me, it's that validation of like, I said this would make people happy, or I said this would bring people together, and then I see people come together because of what it is that happened. That makes me happy. That makes me feel real good about it. Gotcha. And then, man, my last question for you, the question that ties all the podcasts together and what this podcast is really about. 100, 200, 300 years from now, your descendants are watching this video. What would you like to tell them, man?
So I have no idea, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Well, like
Yeah.
anything. It could be just one sentence, but what would you tell them, man?
Shoot, just don't give up.
I got you.
Keep going.
For sure, man. And whoever watching it, they might just need to hear that from you, at that moment.
Yeah.
But all right, dog. Any last things you'd like to add before we head out of here? I would say plug in all your stuff. Where can people find you? What should we be checking out? All that stuff.
Make sure y'all go stream the new EP, Star of the Air, new songs coming soon. Got a new album on the way. Should be coming this year, IG, Well to Do One, Lil Gizzle, everything, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, all of that, man. Y'all go show love. Go show love to 34 Questions, nice guy, chill dude, I enjoyed it, Much love to you, bro.
I appreciate it, Lil Gizzle, man. And I know you just at this point in your life, but feel free to reach out. Always come back to do a part 2, part 3. For me, it makes me feel like I am helping you do a journal or something, about where you are in your life and what steps you're at as far as your music goes. So yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see you grow, man. I want to thank you.
Most definitely, bro.
For sure, man. I hope your parents get a kick out of this too. And you can let them know if they're welcome to come through as a guest as well if they want to tell their story. Just because like it, when I said 100, 200, 300 years from now, your descendants, that would just give them like an extra layer, right? Another generation if your parents came on. So shout out to you folks. Shout out to you folks. But yeah, man, I want to thank you again for stopping by. It's Monday. It's a little bit later on your end. I don't want to keep you out too late. I want to thank all the folks out there. If you listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or watch it on YouTube, definitely appreciate your time as well. Please remember to reach out, reach forward. And as always, much love. And we'll catch you guys next time on 34 Questions. Peace. And it kind of fades out from there, man.